Hi everyone, it's Helen here and thank you for joining me today. So I have this fabulous project to make with you guys today. So we have a chest of drawers. Now this is actually using my camera box die, and I'll get along to showing you those die sets in a moment, and also my rectangle drawer die as well. So these are all by Simply Made Crafts, and those die sets are available at craftstash.co.uk, and everything that I've used down below, everything that I've used today will be linked down below, and there'll also be a blog page for this as well. So that link will be down below as well, where you'll find this video and you'll find the download for these papers as well. These are digital papers from Trimcraft, and they are free to use as well. So I'll pop that link there too. So everything is all together in that blog post. So let's move on showing you exactly what you're going to be needing to make this lovely cool Halloween project. Okay, so let's go through everything that we're going to be needing for today's project. So I have a lot of things already prepared because there's a lot of die cutting involved in this project. So get all of your die cutting done and your page mat decisions done first. So I'll go through that in a moment. So we'll be using the camera box die set for this one. This, if you're not using it as a camera, it's a lovely shaped box. It's very like Art Deco sort of style. So I'm going to be making this into a chest of drawers today, and I'll also be using the rectangle treat drawer die set. So it's hard to tell what this is, so let me give you a quick example. Here are my drawers ready to go. So these are going to be popped in behind the front of the drawers, and it would all be self-explanatory when I start popping these together. So this is the rectangle drawer die set, and this is the camera box die set. Now these are available from Craftstash, and there is international delivery available. Sorry if this is a bit bright there, because the window's really shining in at the moment. Okay, so let's start off with the camera die set and all of the lovely bits that I have already die cut out. So the papers that I've used today, they're free digital papers from Trimcraft, and they are at the craft blog. I will link this collection down below. Just make sure that if you are using these in social media, just mention that they're free papers from Trimcraft, because it's always great to you know, tag in and mention where you got things from and who made them. So I really like this set, and I think I used this on some Halloween projects last year as well. So I've only printed a few, just 2 patterns I think to use with this one. Okay, so let's pop this over here. So this back piece here, you need to cut 4 of that one, and I can't remember how many I've cut off here. I think it's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these ones, and 4 of the slimmer ones. So it's these ones here, so 4 of those, and we need 4 of these here, and I've matted everything already. And then you're going to be needing all of these top pieces as well. So you're going to be needing 2 of these, and you're going to be needing 4 of these ones here. I'll pop these there, and then just 2 of these ones. I think I might have to cut some extra ones, but by the time I was finished die cutting everything, my mind was a tiz. So we will fix that and add extra ones if we need to. And then for the rectangle die set, you're going to need to be cutting, where's the die set? Here it is. 1 base, which is the purple one, and 1 of the drawers, the section there that it slides into. I can't think of the name of what I would call that. Okay, let's pop these aside. We can now start assembling. So what I've done first is I've put all the mats on just to make it a lot easier, and it's going to be quite sturdy. So we're going to start with the one of these plain ones first, because we're going to add this underneath to make the bottom. Okay, so let's get all of these added on first. So these are just going to pop on just like that. So we have the two sides here. I'm not going to do this one just yet, for I meant for this side here. That's going to be the front. I'm just organising everything in my head because I don't want to make a mistake, because then I have to start again, and that's never fun. Okay, so we're going to be gluing these two together first. There we go, and then we are just going to glue this piece onto there. And I'm going to go all the way around, and I'm going to do the same for all of the pieces apart from the front, because the front section needs to go through the die cutting machine in order to make the holes for the drawers. Okay, that's the first piece done. So this section here are for the wider ones, and the slimmer one is for the slimmer ones. So we're going to be gluing these all together and adding them on just like this. So I'm going to set everything out, and then I'm going to glue it all together. So those go on like that. There we go. Right, so let's get gluing. Okay, so everything is now glued on. I'm just going to leave that a few moments to dry. So we are now left with these two, which are going to be at the front of the box. So we're going to just set this aside to dry properly. So we're now going to work on these two here. So we're going to glue those two together first. So you now have that section there, and now we're going to move on to, not that die set, the other one, this one here, and we're going to pull out the rectangle, this piece just here. There we go. Now this piece here is going to go just there. You're going to have to eyeball it. So I have here already, so make your boxes before you get to this stage. You want enough space here for that there, if that makes sense, to be glued on. Okay, so I'm going to start with the bottom one first. I'm going to use a bit of tape, just put that in place, and then I'm going to run that through my die cutting machine. Now I'm going to be using my smaller Big Shot, which is the standard size Big Shot, but the drawer, this one here, will need a large format die cutting machine. So I want to make sure that my drawer is straight. That's a very good idea, straight drawers. Okay, there is our first one. Now our second one. Okay, so you should have something that now looks like that. So I do need to say that this rectangular drawer kit wasn't designed to go with the camera box. This is just something that I'm experimenting with. So it was originally designed for the ornate gift bag and the gable box and other boxes like that. So I'm just experimenting now with what this looks like, because when we add this drawer front onto here, we have the problem of this section here, if that makes sense. So we're going to be gluing that on there first, and then cutting out with a craft knife those notches there. I'm hoping that makes sense. So I'm going to be adding glue just along this line here with a little bit of extra here. Okay, so it should look like that now, and we're just going to add this along here. Just line up all of your lines, and then I'm going to wait for that to dry properly while we work on these boxes here. Okay, so you need to cut out, as I mentioned before, one of these and one of these, and I've gone for contrasting cardstock. So this one is Amethyst from the Foundations range, Creative Expressions, and this one here is called, I've forgotten, Lime. I should have known that. Okay, so I'm just folding everything down because this will do all of the score lines. Takes all the work out. There we go, so we can glue that together. Okay, so we have our drawer section now, so let's do the enclosure. So this one folds a little bit differently. So we have these shorter edges here, these fold outwards just like that, and the rest folds the other way. There we go. So what we're going to do now is just join this together, and I've popped this on the outside so it doesn't interrupt with the drawer sliding in on the inside, and this is also going to be hidden inside the drawer section. I added glue to the wrong side. Never mind. Let's add glue to the right side. Okay, so this is a little bit messy, but that's going to be hidden. So this is what's going to attach this to the inside of the chest of drawers. So let's close up the back. So just add some glue to these flaps here. I'm going to glue down this one first, and then this one will go on last. And again, try and get your box quite straight, or otherwise you'll end up with a slightly warped box. If your box is slightly warped, then your drawer may have trouble sliding in and out. So that's as square as I can make it. I've used this as my guide. Okay, so we now have this section here, so this drawer should now fit inside there. So now we're ready to move on to the next stage. Whoops. So I'm going to grab myself a craft knife, so maybe I should tidy up a little bit here. There we go. Grab yourself a craft knife. Maybe even small scissors would work. So we're going to cut out all of these little sections here. Okay, so I've turned this over now, so we can now pop on our boxes. So I'm going to leave that in there. That's going to help keep it all square. And I'm just going to, because this was designed for a different box, I do need to do some trimming as well. So let's grab the scissors. I'm just going to trim off these sides there. I have left a little bit of a lip there as well, so you may just have better luck if you just take the whole lot off or just cut it really thin. I'm going to try both ways actually. I'm going to try one with just a little bit on there, and then my next one I'll trim it off completely, and then I will know which way is best. Doesn't matter if your drawers that are on the inside, it doesn't matter if they're upside or downside, upside down or the right way up, because we can just take them out and turn them the right way round. So they're just in there just to keep everything square. Okay, so pop that on, and then you can turn it over just to make sure that you have everything in the right place. That looks like it will work fine. My drawer comes out okay. Turn that around and pop that in. There we go, that is the first drawer in. And then just do the same, working your way down. So I said I was going to cut this one off completely, so let's see how that works. Yep, that works nicely. Okay, so I would say we can trim off each of those sides. So I just need to move this one down a bit, just to make sure that is all lined up. And this drawer, these two drawers are upside down, so let's pop these round the right way. And those come in nice and easy. Right, so now we're ready to start assembling everything together. So this thing has lots of legs. Okay, let's start with the main section first, which is the one with all of these drawers in. And we're just going to add glue just to this bottom flap there. So let's bring that up, and I can see I'm using this as my guide. Sorry if it's got a little bit dark. There we go. So this is going to add, build up some strength as we add the sides together. At the moment it's a little bit flimsy, but as we build all the sides together, it's going to give it that strength it needs to stand up by itself. And that is the top. So that is pretty much the structure of our drawers done now. So all we need to do now is just decorate. So let's go back to this die set here, and we do have a cover here this ornate cover there, so I need to work out how I'm going to do this and if I'm going to use a different patterned paper. So let's grab this one out here. And we also have a handle die if you want to use handles, or you can add your own by using brads and things like that. So we have a handle. I did have this on a gable box as well, but that's packed away into storage. And we also have these offcuts here. If you remember the offcuts from what we used here, these could fit onto the drawers, but they are a fraction larger than the drawer front. So I'm thinking I'm just going to stick with these here, just like that. So I'm going to go off camera now. I'm going to choose my papers, and then I will be right back to show you what I have done as the next stage. Okay, so I've made my decisions on my drawer fronts, and this is what I have come up with. So these I pull out just like that. I've just literally glued those, so I'm not going to pull too hard on those handles just yet. So that is what it's looking like so far. So I've printed out some more of the same digital papers. This one is the cat, and then we have another one here that says trick or treat, so it says that. So I've used this outline die here to cut out the drawer front, and then I've run it through again with the lattice die in there to make it to make a green one. So that's from the lime green, so those are going to be layered. And then I've cut out the handle from the purple cardstock. So let's layer all of these together. So I'm just going to add some glue now around the outline and a few dots in the center. And then just a few dots there, and then I'm just going to line it up with that one there, just like that. And now I'm going to pull this drawer out. So I do need to use a little bit of a pokey tool or scissors just to get that out, but we won't have to do that once we have the drawer front on, because it stops it from disappearing too far inside the drawers. So yeah, my glue is still drying there. Okay, so let's just add some glue now along the top front, making sure that you get a lot of glue, or good amount of glue, either side on the edges of the box. So that's left and right. Then I'm going to turn that over. Whoops, that's stuck to my finger. I'm going to turn that over and then line everything up again, so I have equal space left and right, and that it looks straight to me. That looks straight. So now I'm going to press that down, and then slide that in. So I've gone for 2 cats and 2 of the trick or treats. So that is the drawer there. Now we can add glue to the handle, so I'm just going to put them on either end. So on these little 3 circles there, same on the other side. I'm going to pop that there, and then I'm going to keep that up to create a little bit of a loop for the handle, and then press that down like that. Once you've got your first one, you can line up the rest as you go up so that they're all in alignment. And that is our drawer. Okay, so I'm really pleased on how this project has turned out. I had no idea what it was going to look like once it had finished, but it looks very similar to how I envisioned it in my head. So this is all ready now to pop in some Halloween treats, which I have just here. We can pop in some sweets and treats in there, and maybe some plastic spiders and other little things that you get at Halloween. So you can have a drawer for each person in your family. If there's 4, that's absolutely perfect. So let's just quickly go over the details again on the die sets. So to make this project, I used the rectangle treat drawer die set. That's a bit bright, and also the camera box die set as well. So thank you ever so much for joining me. If you like this project, give me a thumbs up, subscribe in the corner for more Halloween projects that are on the way, and then we're moving on to full-on Christmas. So yeah, so thank you for joining me today. Give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you again next time.